Oh, this is exciting. ENTV today. You are in for a treat. I have with me Frank Peralta. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yeah, Frank
Okay,
Peralta is right.
excellent. So Frank is in the fashion industry, and we want to give a quick shout out to Marty Smith, who invited Frank. Marty, you are wonderful. We love you. Thank you for inviting Frank. So, Frank, welcome to ENTV today. For those that don't know who you are, Frank, can you give them a quick 30-second overview of what you do before we go into your story?
Yes, of course. So my name is Frank Peralta. I am Colombian guy living in Europe since 26 years now. From profession, I am senior mechanical design engineer for the automotive industry. I was working with the big five automakers in the world, plus a couple of aeronautics companies from LA as well in remote mode, and for the European big companies as well. So, and after the pandemics, I found that I need to give something back to the planet, and I started to create the Peralta clothing. And what we do with Peralta clothing is we take the leftovers of the automotive industry and from the transport industry, and we reconvert all these kind of high quality leather leftovers into cloth. Here you can see an example about what we do. And I was doing the in full time the last 2 years with the concept. We were speaking with different automakers in Germany, in Spain, and in Europe. And now we got the opportunity to work with one of them, creating stuff. And 2 days ago, we organized an event at the university where I did my incubation program. And we present a collection with a designer from Berlin. We present 15 female looks and 10 male looks, and all the stuff was mixed with high quality leather from the automotive industry and with leftovers from the textile industry coming from the automotive. That is the whole meaning behind Peralta clothing.
Wow. Okay, so you were working as an engineer for the Big Five Automotive. Everyone knows who the Big Five are. And then you, after COVID or during COVID, you switched to becoming a clothing designer that repurposes the leftover textiles and leathers from automotive industry and turns them into clothing. What the hell? How did you even think of doing this?
Yeah, okay. That's a good question, because coming from the industry, you see the procedures and the process the companies has, the company have to destroy the material or to do the waste management with these leftovers. And speaking with some of my managers, I saw that the industry now at the moment is discarding almost the half of the high quality material due to three big mistakes or problems. One is the cutting, the stitching, and the color. If they are not matching, the material shall be discarded. There's a lot of material that they put on the stock, and the material has only 2 ways to be destroyed: landfill or incinerator. I don't want to see that anymore, and for this reason I created this stuff, to eliminate the leather leftovers from the automotive industry, reconverting all the stuff into fashion. And we are circular because with the leftovers we produce, we are producing now a sub-product to be used in the construction vertical. That is like now with the leather and with the material.
Wow. So 50% of in the automotive industry, they destroy, so they throw out or they burn 50% because of the cutting, the stitching, or the coloring. If it's a little off, they throw out half. That's insane.
There's a lot. And nowadays, if I was speaking with some provider of the material, and he told me now we are producing around 150 tons per week of waste, of left, and cotton is not matching properly. And they need to destroy the material because at the end of the day, they have the contracts and they need to respect the contracts. if the material is not matching, they need to jump to the next batch.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
now the history behind.
Yeah, I understand that. That's in many industries. It's not just like the food industry, the amount of waste that goes, I know this firsthand, and the amount of waste of food that's wasted because of some little thing. It's just the standards. They have to hold their standard. Okay, so as a kid, were you like engineering mind? Were you a creative mind as a kid? As a
Yeah.
child? What were you doing as a child?
I remember to be a child dismounting the radio with the transistors because I just wanted to know how the stuff was working. Or I remember to car the radio control cars. I just wanted to know how the motor, the gears was mounted. And I just wanted to smell, to feel, to take the material. Okay, what can I do with that? The mounting small watches to create another mini stuff. Anything related with the toys as a child. I just wanted to create another stuff. And I remember to be sick. I mean, 1 week or something like that, being on the hospital, and the hospital, they got like Lego blocks and Meccano and this kind of place for children at the hospital. And it was for me the explode in my mind. Okay, what can I do if I take tack, and I start to mix different pieces of metal, of wood, of plastic, melting plastic, creating new shapes for the roof of my cars. It was a curious mind. And I'm still doing something like that, but in the industry, mixing the engineering skills plus the fashion skills. I was learned the last 5 years, something like that, because my mom is dressmaker. I don't have any formal education as a senior designer, but combining the skills I got from my mother and with the skills from the university, boom, is this project now going on.
Can we talk about your mom?
Yes, we can do it.
What was, you said you got it from your mother. So what was your mother? What is she like? And is she surprised you're doing this work?
Yeah, because she can understand why I can do that if I have another skills. But working in that project, I discovered a new passion behind the whole concept. Now we are mixing the sustainability, the fashion, faraway perspective. They doesn't have anything to do. They doesn't know. But if you go in, you see small knots and you can connect them. And after that, it's going to be fashion. But you need to see the stuff really in a zoom window to see it. Okay, now I can connect this fashion industry with the automotive because we have the material. There's enough material to create a small collection, and the quality of the material is going to be better because they can last longer than standard material. Because for the automotive industry, we have standards. And with these standards, we can create new products with a super material later.
Okay, so now my mind's going, what is stopping you from, let's say, any of the automotive manufacturers? What if you were to create specialized clothing from a specific manufacturer for people that drive that car?
There's some lines inside different luxury car makers. They have small lines and they work with tailor-made design. But now what we are doing with the leftovers is to do a democratization for the design and to break this exclusivity market to permit standard people, it's not driving a supercar, to have a piece of the car in the pocket. It can be the wallet, it can be a key holder, it can be a laptop bag. And there's lines for supercar makers. They matches the wallet with the interior of the car. We can do that, but with less price, because now we have access to the material.
Okay, so you need to give all your website information after into the, so people can find your stuff, because I need to go and check this out. This is so cool. I'm so glad you're here, Frank. So what else do you want to chat about on your interview?
Now really open to get new contacts, to open new ways to collaborate, because that's another stuff we discovered the last 3 months. Now we are working on collaborations. That means if some designer, there can be a fashion designer, a bag designer, a sneaker designer, a small leather good designer, wants to create a new prototype, we can support him with the material for the first prototypes, to get the fit, to get the color, to do a small testing, because now we saw that if we help the people can help us to make bigger the message, or the exposure of the message here. And I got to the conclusion that I want to help the way I wanted to be helped. That is now my mission, not to help the people to get the material. Because if not, no one can access the material, because the material is going to be destroyed.
Wow. Well, there you heard it, ENTV say, if you are someone that's looking to maybe mock up some prototypes or have some samples, you can connect with Frank. And Frank can not only help you with the learning curve, but could also has access to all these materials that you could get some initial runs done or some samples. This is awesome, Frank. This is so cool, man. Well, anything else you want to chat about today? Like I think this has been a powerful interview. I love your story, and I'm looking forward to seeing your stuff on the website.
Now we are doing like a restylish of the website, because we started with wood, with cans, but now we are focused only on leather, because over there we got these learnings. What can I do now is to show this small piece of this is my jersey. I wore this week. And
wow.
You can see all the blue stuff. They were all leftovers, and then we put a new shape in any stuff, and we use 3D printing to do the logotypes for the caps as well. And we use laser marking, and we can brand the leather with the laser. And there's a lot of technology inside the project. It's not only we do sustainability, we use the tools I learned coming from the automotive industry to scale the development of the product. Now the product development now is getting better, because I'm using the same technology as I used in the past in the automotive industry.
Wow.
That is really positive. And now we have access to the AI, and there's amazing, because we are learning a lot, and the technology is growing, and we are growing beside the technology. That is parallel growing.
Okay, well, I got to see your website. So after we'll end the conversation here. I got a couple friends I got to message this to, because one of my buddies is going to want to check your stuff out. I know for sure. So Frank, thank you for being here on ENTV today. Marty Smith, thank you for inviting Frank. Frank, this is just a real pleasure. You are a real joy, sir. So we'll end the broadcast here. We'll keep chatting offline though. Okay.
Thank you.